Hi, my name is Paul. This is a building services project. In my group were Willie O'Mara, Alan O'Connor and Darren O'Connor. My systems to cover were heating and security systems. How it is installed. Here's a picture of our project. This is where all the cable, all the pipelines are going to for the rads. Boilers at the back of the house with an expansion vessel and circulating pump. Towel rack radiators also in the bathroom. That's the upstairs then. Fixes. There are two fixes in this system. The first fix is done early in the construction stage. First fix involves laying out the pipework and positioning the boiler, which is usually at the rear of the house. All pipes are laid, both the flow pipeline and the return pipeline. The flow is the hot water into the rad. The return is the cold water from the rad back to the boiler. The pipes are placed under the floors and are usually 6 inches above the floor to ensure connection to the radiators. The second fix. This stage is installation and testing of all the rads and appliances, including the boiler, control pack and expansion vessel. Radiators are hung usually about 6 inches above the floor. The boiler is usually installed outside the dwelling at the rear of the house, with a return degrees of about 70 degrees Celsius and a flow of 70 degrees Celsius and a return of 50 degrees Celsius. Circulating pump is used to ensure water gets to the further away distance around the house. Zone valves are used so only certain zones will be heated when controlled by the control pack. The control pack is placed in the utility and controls the zones for heating, both the living area and also the hot walls also that Alan will talk about. What we chose? We chose oil boiler has a high efficiency rate, a circulating pump as water can get to the further away rads. We chose a 2-pipe system as it is more efficient. We installed an expansion vessel so this reduces the pressure in the system when water is being heated. Zone valves are installed so the system will be so that will be more efficient. Control packs is installed to control what zones are heated, giving more control to the homeowner. There's a quick glimpse of our quantities of all the fittings. Security system, how is it installed? Again, there's a picture of the house, keypad at the back and at the front. Wiring then for the other components, internal sounder, external sounder, motor sensors, door sensors and window sensors. That's the upstairs then. Security system, like the heating system, has 2 fixes. First of all, deciding where all the components will be placed, and holes are drilled in roughly 22 millimeters diameter where the components are placed. This is because 22 AWG wiring is used for all the components. Holes need to be drilled so wiring can be connected to the other components and also the keypads. Second fix is the installing of the alarm components, sensors, keypads and sounders, and tested once they are installed. AWG wiring is used for all the components. This enables the keypads to set and unset all the components. The keypad is connected to the fuse box but also has a backup battery supply in case of a power failure. The keypads and sounders are also then connected so the keypad detects the trigger. It also sets off the sounder in alerting the residents and the burglar. We chose motion sensor, door and window sensors as they cover every possible entry route into the house. There's an internal sounder placed in the hall so this can be easily heard if the external sounder won't be heard. And we decided 2 keypads as it's easier for the user to leave whatever door and set the alarm when they're leaving. That's a quick glimpse of all the components for the analysis. And so this thing I hand you over to Alan.
Thanks, Paul. I'll go through the hot, cold water mains. This is just the second floor with the layout of piping. This is the first floor where the mains are coming in from the front road around to the back of the house to the kitchen. There will be a stopcock there to turn off. This is the water mains. The water mains will run from the front of the house usually around to the back where the kitchen area is. When brought into the kitchen there should be stopcock. This is if there's any major leaks in the house or repairs to be done, the water can be easily turned off. The homeowner and local authorities are both responsible for them. Hot, cold water mains. There is 2 different ways cold water can be run through the house. First way is the water comes in from the mains. This is fresh water that will be fed to the ground floor with cold water such as the kitchen and utility. Then the mains will run up to the attic, up to the water tank. From the water tank, this water will distribute the upstairs of the house to the bathrooms and down for the hot water cylinder. It may also run down to the ground floor to distribute the toilets on the separate line. Storage tanks. The water tank will be filled in the attic water mains running up to it. The water tank will have a wall flow valve to control the level of water and an overflow pipe that runs out of the house for it to give warning. At the bottom of the tank there will be copper pipes running out of it to feed the cylinder that should be underneath the tank and distribute the toilets with cold water to the first floor. The hot water cylinder. The hot water cylinder will normally be placed in a hot press. The cylinder will be placed closely underneath the water tank in the attic. The cylinder will give its supply of water from the cistern in the attic, which will be attached to the bottom side of the cylinder, and the hot water will leave from the top side of the cylinder. In with the cylinder there will be isolation valves attached to the pipes for the safety of any leaks, so the section can be turned off without affecting the rest of the house. This is just a diagram of the plan view. Fire alarm systems. Smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. The smoke and carbon monoxide alarm it's run off battery, so there's no need for wires to run this. It's easily fitted to the ceiling of the room with brackets screwed, so the alarm can be easily taken off for the batteries to be installed. And there's a heat detector. The heat detector is run off mineral insulated electric wiring cable, which is run back to the fuse board to the rest of the electronics. This will take a bit longer to fit, as the wires will have to be run through the ceiling joist of both floors to the location of each detector. And that's just the quantities and the cost again. Now I'll hand you over to Willie O'Mara.
Thanks, Alan. I covered lighting and above ground drainage. Lighting is an essential building service. Lighting enhances our lives everywhere we go. Lighting controls are generally manual, but in recent years automatic lighting has become more popular. All approaches have their advantages and disadvantages that need to be understood by the client before choosing a specific type of lighting. How to wire the lights. Firstly, you run a single brown wire from the fuse board to the first switch. You then run a single brown again to each light in the room. A twin brown wire is ran from between each of the switches in order to allow the lights to be turned on from different locations in the room. A neutral wire is then run from each light back to the fuse board. Manual switches. Light switches are generally two-way switches. This allows the users to switch on and off the lights in two separate locations. Manual switches are safe and reliable, but are not immune from issues, particularly where switches and controls do not give clear indications of their functions. Dimmer switches. Dimmer lamps can be dimmed to deliver lighting levels between approximately 10 and 100% of their maximum light output. Dimmer switches are generally used where you do not need 100% of the light. They can also be used to portray a particular setting in an area. Dimmer lights are extremely efficient. Cable sizing. It is essential to choose the correct cable size so we can cope with the demands of a device. The size of the cable can be measured by the cross-sectional area of the wire inside the cable. The bigger the cross-sectional area, the more current it can carry. For domestic houses, 1.5mm squared wire will be able to carry almost everything. All cables have some resistance, so some of the energy of the cable will be converted to heat along the length of the cable. And that's just a cost plan for our project. Drainage. Drainage is the transport of wastewater to the closest sewer connection. It is essential to get the flow rate correct in order to have efficient drainage. In a gravity drainage system, all horizontal pipes are laid to a slight fall in the direction of the soil stack or sewer connection. Also, if the fall is too great, the water will run too fast and leave the solids behind, which will eventually block up the drainage system. A water trap is also installed for waste water systems in order to prevent foul smells or rodents from entering your dwelling. Gutters. A rain gutter is an essential component of a building. It provides for the correct method of drainage for rainwater. Gutters prevent water from running down the walls of houses which cause dampness or rot. That just shows there in the house where the gutters are located. And that is my cost plan for the above ground drainage, both internal and external. Thank you. I'm going to hand you off to Darren O'Connell now.
Thanks, William. I'll be doing power and ventilation. There's just the ground floor plan and the first floor plan of the house. This is the plan of the house so that we're working on. The key on the top left helps identify what each symbol represents quickly and effectively. Meter box. The main line usually comes off the pole to the house where it connects to the meter. They're usually installed outside. It is put outside to make it more convenient for the utility company meter readers. Most meters are mechanical with a spinning wheel and mechanical display of numbers. The latest innovation of the last few years allows them to be read and displayed on an LCD screen. This meter keeps a reading on the amount of electricity used in a home in kilowatt hours. Main panel. The fuse box is essential and contains three main components, which include an MCB, main switch and an RCD. It directs the electricity all through the house as a number of separate circuits, each flowing out from its own circuit. Circuit breakers are automatic protection devices in the fuse box that switch off the circuit if they detect the fault. They are similar in size to fuses but give more precise protection. When a fault or overload of current flows through the fuse wire, it will become hot and melt, and the diagram below shows that pattern. Circuits. A circuit is a path over which electric current flows from and to an electric source. Again, the diagram below lets you trace a circuit that goes through the system. All walls must be first chased. This is a process. It is first done by meeting of the client, electrician and the individual chasing the house. There is then a first fix done by the electrician. Other members of the design team finish off their works, and then the second fix is done by the electrician. This includes actually putting on the sockets and ensuring everything looks tidy and is in working order. The locations of all the positions power outlets must be chosen in accordance with the regulations. SWA cable must be pulled into the main board and is fed up the subboards. All cables are then ran by a ring main as shown above. Ventilation. Ventilation refers to the flow of air into and out of the space. Ventilation is the process by which clean air, normally outdoor air, is provided to a space and stale air is removed. This may be accomplished by either natural or mechanical means. We've chosen a basic ventilation unit which consists of extraction fans in the bathroom utility and extraction hood for the cooker. The other ventilation will be got through with us. That's just my cost plan of both the power and ventilation. Thank you, that's our presentation finished.